Hey there, friends. I hope all of you are having a sweet New Moon Tuesday. It is, August the 18th. Man, oh man, this month is just flying by. I always say that, and it seems like even though we've had the thing, it seems like this year has just flown by too. Maybe it's just all of the, all the exciting news that we're getting every day about all kinds of stuff. I hope y'all are doing good today. I've got 4 new journals to list into the shop today. I have a couple more on my work desk that I should be finished with by hopefully by the end of the work day today, but I got a lot of stuff going on, so I hope to have them finished. This is blue flowers. Now, you really don't typically see blue flowers, but blue is becoming like one of I've always loved red. Red's always been my favorite color, but blue is really kind of, I don't know what it is. It's kind of taken front and center of my life. I really gravitate to blue now instead of red. I'm just not sure what all that's about. I did want to show you on the front of this journal. Now, this fabric, it has a bit of it's like a shadow effect right here. There's nothing on it. It's not, can you see it? It's not dirty. I didn't lay it on anything. There's just like this little part. I don't even know what it is. Anyway, you can barely see it. If you tilt it a certain way, you can see it. But I really do like to. I like to be super transparent with you guys and let you know if there's any like maker's mark or nick or mark or whatever on these journals. So Blue Flowers has this funky bead strand. I absolutely adore these new beads that I got at Michael's. Michael's having this huge bead sale, and I just think that they are so pretty. And because they're floral beads, then they sure do match this journal very nicely. We have our 3 creative clusters in here. This is about 4 1/4 when she is all bound up. Of course, when she is let go from her bindings. I'm thinking about, corsets, and when you let go of the corset, everything would fall into place, so to speak. But she is just chock full of lots of fun things to create with, things to think about. Of course, articles to read, magazine imagery to look at, to dream about. This is actually part of the cover of Garden and Gun magazine, and I took some of these images from, this very iconic house in Charleston, South Carolina, and made kind of a longish sort of bookmark, and it says to Dreamland at the bottom of it. We have our 3x3 mini book right here. We also have a little tablet of scrap paper. We've got art trading cards, art trading coin blanks. These are 2.5-inch circles. Your journal prompt is idea. Maybe you have an idea about how to get to Dreamland. I think we'd all like to visit Dreamland right now. These also incorporate these absolutely stunning images from the Restoration Hardware magazines that I ordered. God, guys, that was just like, right now we aren't going places and shopping a whole lot. So it was really fun to get these gorgeous magazines in the mail and be able to really utilize them in journals. It's a very big publication, so the pages of the magazine are huge and really lend themselves well to flow journaling or creative crafting, just anything else that you guys want to do. This is from our Singer Sewing book. I love that book. It is, of course, another super vintage piece. You have a lot of vintage text here. So if you've ever longed for creating with vintage text, then this is a great way to kind of get started on that journey. Of course, this is a curated book. You have things that go together. A good example is this page right here. We have a journal prompt, a chippy that says Diary of Events. You have a series of sunflowers under here. You know, I'm always interested in the names of flowers. This is a red sun sunflower. This is a teddy bear that's actually a sunflower, and a ring of fire. I think this ring of fire sunflower is just my favorite, and we've got a couple more on the back, but you can kind of see that green imagery that we have going on here, along with that pop of yellow. You have a nice border strip here to work with. When you flip this over, we've got another cluster. Now you have the 3 creative clusters that are in the plastic bags that are incorporated in the journal for you to work with, but you also have these pages that just have layers and layers of curated crafty things for you to use in your art. You know, whether you're doing mixed media or you know, you're doing art trading cards or art trading coins, or heck, I mean, if you just need some elements, you know, if you have a super active Happy Mail thing going on, then this is like the perfect book to choose Happy Mail items from. These pieces, many of them are handcrafted. I made the images that you see. This is a made image, but a really easy made image, you guys. Like I said, transparent. Don't like to jog you around or anything like that. This is the packaging from Tim Holtz piece, and I used that in conjunction with these Tim Holtz words and just put these together super quick, and it was really great. We've got Miss Cheryl sent vintage cookbooks. I was crazy about them. You guys, they are just wildly cool. She sent some ancient vintage ephemera that we'll be using in these books as well. Now this one is, you know, like one of those church cookbooks. I always loved church cookbooks because I could look at the recipes and I could imagine them. You know, my dear aunt Judy put together a church cookbook, and you know, I look at her recipes and I look at the recipes of my dad and the people who went to her church, and it's like I can actually see those people making the recipes that I'm reading in the book. So it's really interesting, especially when you run across something like my grandma's chocolate pie, Trixie's chocolate pie, and I made that last year. I have not made it this year, but oh my goodness. I mean, it's like opening your granny's, your Granny Trixie's fridge and getting out a piece of that awesome chocolate pie. You made it with, actual cocoa, right? This is our pretty vintage kit. This is Rudolf Nureyev. I love this picture. Now this is from an old Time magazine, like 75 years of Time magazine. I thought it would be fun to read the story. This is 1965. Look at this dress. Is that not crazy? That's like one of those twist dress, you know, the Chubby Checker song, come on, baby, let's do the twist. I remember listening to that when I was a little girl. My parents loved music, so they were always listening to something, Chubby Checker, the Platters. They were big into the Platters. This is a really sweet piece. Now, you guys might recall that I ordered some children's books from bookbundler.com. I highly recommend that site. If you can't get to your library is still closed. My library used to have book sales, but not this year. And I was really lucky to stumble into my library yesterday, and after getting screened and getting permission to enter the library, they had a 50-cent book sale. So I hope that I will get to go back and gather up some more books, because Chris was waiting for me and I didn't want to tarry too long. And you know, I was in the library and I may have emerged like 2 hours later, but I did good because I only spent 10 minutes in the library. But anyway, this is a book, a children's book about Indonesia, which I didn't know Indonesia was made up of 17,000 islands. We have a little bit of tea ephemera right here. Numbers. I love the snazzy way this lady was dressed. I think this was from a 1983 or 84. Oh, 83 National Geographic magazine. We've got a bit of Iroquois arithmetic book. This is a mosaic from the Roman Empire. Thought that was really cool. Another little item that I made that says Friday, along with all of these things that you need if you were doing microwave cooking. So let's pull that apart and just have a look. So you need all this stuff, you know, to cook in the microwave. This is from a very early microwave cooking recipe book, but you know, now we know that you don't need all that stuff, that you just need to put your plate in there or put your water in there, or your coffee or tea, and heat it up. This is from Alice in Wonderland. I thought that that was really a super cool print right there. And we have, of course, I love food photography. I know you guys do too, and it's really fun to include food photography in these books. We have a bit of fabric for you to work with, a chippy, a cutout butterfly. I liked this quote by Mahatma Gandhi in conjunction with these old books that are on the piece of paper, the scrapbook paper for you guys to work with. Learn as if you were going to live forever. I really, really, really like this. These are vintage National Geographic maps. My friends Sandy and Judy went to the Habitat Restore in Williamsburg and found, I mean, like, it's a crate, y'all, like this, of vintage maps and vintage publications from National Geographic. And I just absolutely love sharing that with you guys because, like I said, you know, now I know that right now we aren't getting out to, you know, to satisfy our ephemera kind of need. You know, we love to kind of look at things and, you know, figure out ways to use them. And, you know, if we can't go anywhere, then this is a great way to just get a smattering of all the things that you would pick up in a resale store or a Habitat store or a thrift store or a Goodwill. Again, the cover of Garden and Gun, which I utilize this in so many ways. It's a subject well worth considering. And then we have our fall, y'all, creative craft kit here. The pockets are just chock full of things to play with. Art trading cards, art trading coins. Again, the Indonesia book. I just thought that was really cool. Iroquois arithmetic book, a little bit of food photography. Can I combine microwave ovenware with other microwave safe containers? I just thought this is a Parmesan squash ring that you can make in the microwave. You know, microwave technology was just such a you know, that was a real breakthrough, right? I got to tell y'all something super funny. My grandma passed away like 10, 15 years ago. When microwave cooking became a thing, my mom and dad bought her a microwave. Well, my mom and dad use that microwave now. I mean, it's like a testament to how long things last, how long things used to last, you know, the lifetime of a product or a kind of tool or whatever. I really like the way this came together, you guys. We've got that pop of light blue. We also have this sweet little piece here that has red roses on it, and I really did like the way these reds came together. Of course, we've got sheet music here, and you've got a little chippy part to make some sheet music there. Undersea life. Now let's just look at this. This is a whole page that you can pull out. You can read, you can learn something new. You can tear it up and use it in a different way. I did a lot of greeting card harvest, and so we have this item here. I just thought that turned out really well. I always, I love these sparkly cards, and I did send some to Mom. Mom really does love these pops of sparkle on cards, and I thought that was such a a bucolic kind of scene there, you know, with the snow and the log cabin and all that. Again, I think this is from the Indochina book. Life is Full of Beauty. See, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things for you to work with right here. And the cool thing is, all of this, you know, has an island theme to it, so you can pick up these island images right here and make art trading cards or mixed media pieces or whatever you want to do. Just fun to look through your book, kind of get a sense of it and a sense of what you can do with it and what you want to do with it. It's just a lot of fun, you guys, to have something like this to play with, to, you know, maybe you want to take like the first signature and do that on Mondays. Maybe that's your Monday warm-up. Maybe the second signature can be your Tuesday warm-up. They're great for warm-ups, cool-downs, whatever. This is about Edward Degas. Again, I love this. Merchants National Bank, a bank draft. This shows you actually how to make a bank draft. 1926 is the date on this. I don't think we learn, you know, kids don't learn that practical kind of skill anymore about how to write checks and how to write addresses, because everything is online right now. It makes me wonder, with all of the education at home, if we, you know, if moms and dads will teach kids about, you know, very perfunctory kind of ways to manage in the world. A long time ago now, this has been quite a while, there was a young lady in the post office, and she was young. She did not know how to address an envelope, and she was required to address an envelope. She wanted to send something, and the clerk said, "You're going to have to write the address on this." And she was like, "I don't know where to put it." So, you know, things like that. Very practical skills. And this is our Grand's House Creative Bundle. Look at that girl. She's so cool. Very cool. All right. Oh, and I got to send a shout out to Miss C too, who sent us some of these awesome, look at that, awesome closures here. Really neat, Brad. Now, we have golden script. You know, the best script was written in gold, of course. The scribes would use a gold sheet or a gold flake, and you know, they would write in gold, and it was very super cool. I love the bead spine here because I did incorporate gold stars to go along with the gold theme that we have going on the front. This is a sweet purple book. I like the way that the hairy paper clips have come together on this book. It's just a sweet, of course you're getting a handmade book, y'all. Start out with a piece of packaging, whether it's a cracker box or a cereal box. You know, sometimes cereal boxes, just anything that my friend Kathy has or anything that I have that can be utilized as the spine and front and back cover of a book. Falls victim in my studio to being a book, being a flow journal. This Chippy says, "Be brave," and I really do like the way this comes along. Now, you know, again, you can look at this and you've got this is a handmade element, 1, 2, 3, 4 things to work with, and an element 5 on the back. This just fun vintage wrapping paper. Ancient text. This is a piece of vellum, you guys, that I harvested from Miss Ida's collection of greeting cards. I think this was from Miss Ida's collection of greeting cards. It says "Little Things." I love this stamp, y'all. You know, we had a creative cluster that I called Portraits, and that was one of the things that was in that creative cluster. It was a lot of fun to do. By the goodness of my heart, we have a cabin overlooking a lake. We have a funny fish right there. And under here is a bookmark that has sailboats on it. So just kind of a funky, fun, fanciful, fishy kind of element. Fall, y'all, is right here. Again, another piece of this vellum. Absolutely beautiful, you guys. I know that you can make something so exquisite out of it. This is an example of stacking collage elements, and I'll show you guys how to do this in a video that I hope to get done sometime this week. It's just stacking things on top of other magazine images. This is from a book about space. Again, one of those really cool books that I ordered from bookbundler.com. I received a book about 60s advertising, so this is a page from that. Look at this beautiful, exquisite girl right here. I have some food imagery for you. Again, the restoration hardware was just such a man, it's just got luscious goodies in it. Y'all are gonna love that. A little stackable right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 things for you to play with. Love her. This again is 60s advertising. The madness of cotton. I don't know what's mad about cotton, but okay. Vintage sheet music along with some scrapbook sheet music, scrapbook paper sheet music. A pumpkin, because it's all coming up. Another stacked collage, and it's like I said, I'll talk about these, but those are original elements. So you get a handmade book, and you also get original elements in this book. We have just a cat cluster. So we've got a kitty cat here, we've got lions here, we've got a vocabulary list here, and we also have some doggies, because you got to have doggies if you got cats. Another stackable here. It says recipe. Home is finish the sentence. Home is a restaurant. Home is a movie theater. Home is an office. Home is a schoolhouse. Home is a recreation center. It's everything now. This is our pretty cluster. Don't you dig this paper? You could cut out those individual arrows and do something with them. Fun, fun. Another part of the 1960s advertising book. This says charming, obsession, vintage. You know, you look at something like this and I tell you, it just looks like a hot mess. You know, compared to food photography now. Wow, it's just such a big, big difference. 1, 2, 3, 4 items for you to play with on this page. Salvage script right here, an actual letter. 1, 2, 3, 4 things to play with here. More salvage script. Map imagery. That was a coffee cream pie. That sounds good. Huh. A coffee cream pie. That does sound good. A little bit of space imagery right here. Some alphabets for you to work with. More salvage script. This is from a book called 5 Brothers. I love the kitty cat down here. The kitty cat, every time the kitty cat appears, it's got this beautiful red bow on his neck. Chippy piece that says miracles happen. And they really do. They really, really, really do. Another stacked collage piece. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 things to play with here. Metropolitan Cookbook. I think this was from the 1930s. That cover is exquisite. More of this great vellum, 1981. Building materials. This was from a How to Build Farm Buildings book. Glory be to the Father. This was the doxology. I remember singing this in church. Chai tea and wine. I like the way these elements go together. I also love the way that you could place this collection of wine, this beautiful wine glass, on this wine colored piece right here. Again, I do spend time, you guys, curating these so you have elements that are easy and quick to use. Another piece of vellum, piece of fabric for you. This was a joke book. On what side of the house does a cherry tree grow? On the outside. I like the way this one came together. This one says beautiful moments, and it has little ballerina slippers up here. A nice chunky page for you to work with. More vellum. This is from a company called Paper Direct, you guys. I thought that all of the visual imagery here of the flowers and the butterflies was super pretty. And then we have our Grand Attic cluster for you. All right, my friends, I will get these in the shop a little later on today. Thank you so much for your kindness and your support. I hope that all of you are healthy and happy and having a great week. I will talk to you soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye.